Seiko is a brand that many of you are familiar with, and surely you know about the Seiko Prospex line. But did you know that Prospex has a special high-adventure line called Prospex LX? LX is a reference to the Latin word for light, which is lux, and that pertains to the specially angled broad Zaratsu finish on the cases of these pieces. Oh, and guess what? They all use the 5R spring drive caliber. We now have a US special edition in the SNR051, which is a tribute to space travel and is inspired by the moon. The significance in this is Seiko's role in space exploration, with explorer Richard Garriott wearing his spring drive powered SPS-005 on his 12-day mission to the International Space Station, which proved that the rigorous testing required for space travel succeeded, and the spring drive will maintain its accuracy on a space mission. But is this piece interesting enough to remind you of space travel every time you look at your wrist? Let's find out. What's up everyone, it's Chris with the Little Treasury channel. Welcome back. This is where we bring you awesome watch content at least once a week. If you haven't already, please make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be alerted as soon as we upload. I'm from Little Treasury Jewelers, which is located in Gambrills, Maryland, and it's where you go when you're in the know. As always, the watches that I review are for sale and can be purchased, so please see the description below to contact us. If you're just joining us now, I'll go over the watch's detailed measurements and features, and then I'll offer my humble opinion at the end. In our last video, I reviewed the Grand Seiko SPG-J255, which is a limited edition titanium GMT that commemorates the 55th anniversary of the 44GS case. I think that a lot of people completely miss this piece and haven't realized how special it actually is. So I recommend everyone checking this one out. Wrist check time. Today I'm wearing my Seiko SBD-C071 Patty Baby Marine Master, which I have installed a Hirsch Robbie strap on to jazz it up a little bit. This is currently my only Seiko watch in my collection at the moment, and if you have a recommendation for what I should get next in the Seiko line, please let me know in the comments below. Now tell me which watch you're wearing while you're watching the video, and make sure to tell me why. Now let's get on to the features. The Seiko LX SNR051 has a 44.7mm case width, a 14.8mm thickness, a 50.1mm lug-to-lug, a 21.8mm lug width, a 33.7mm crystal diameter, and weighs in at 145 grams. The case is made out of titanium and has a super hard coating known as DiaShield applied to it to make it more scratch resistant. It also has a lower center of gravity to enhance wearability. Broad, sharply angled areas of Zaratsu finish can be found on the sides of the case, with small areas of matte finish on the sides and at the top of the lugs. A robust screw-down crown can be found at the 4 o'clock position. The sapphire crystal is flush with the bezel and does not protrude above the case, and is coated with a super clear coating, and I must say it is almost invisible. After seeing it, you really can't unsee the difference. The bezel insert is sapphire crystal and has a black grade for the nighttime hours and gray for the daytime hours, which represents the light and shadows cast onto the moon by other heavenly bodies. The bezel does not click and is moved exactly where you would like it by tension. The dial represents the surface of the moon and has a fascinating gray texture. The markers are high polished with loomed areas in the center, and the 12 is in a shield style while the rest are trapezoidal. You will find minute marks on the chapter ring, and beneath them, an odd numbered grade that sits between each even number on the bezel. Seiko can be found at the top middle section of this piece applied in black. The hour and minute hands are silver and sword style, and the GMT hand is blue with an arrow tip. The second hand is silver and is a simple line with a counterweight at the end. The date can be found at the 3 position, with a silver frame and a white background with black numerals. A power reserve meter can be found at the bottom left area in silver, with black marks each representing approximately 10 hours of power, and it features a blued hand. The Prospex symbol, spring drive, 10 bar, and GMT can be found in black at the bottom middle section. The lume on this piece can be found graciously applied on the dial markers, all 4 hands, and on every marker of the bezel, including the day-night separator bars. The caseback is closed and has Seiko in the center, the Prospex logo, and special edition beneath it. The movement is the 5R66 spring drive, which is literally the same as the 9R66 the Grand Seiko uses, just with a different rotor and decoration. They are even made in the same exact studio. This movement has been taken to the International Space Station and tested for precision by astronaut Richard Garriott, and the theme of this piece is space exploration. The 5R66 has a 72-hour power reserve, a totally smooth sweep thanks to the electromagnetic braking system controlling it, and is accurate to 1 second per day or 15 seconds per month. The bracelet is a completely matte finished 3-link design with Seiko on the buckle. The micro adjust is perfectly integrated into the buckle, provides 2 clicks, and works just by pressing the pushers and pulling, which is fantastic. The Seiko Prospex LX SNR051 is 100-meter water resistant and is a US only special edition but not limited edition, which can be yours for $5,500. Now for my humble opinion. While this is a larger watch, it is meant to be unapologetically large and fun, but most of all, it is very wearable since it is very light for the size at only 145 grams, and it has a low center of gravity too. This really just gives you another option to house the spring drive in a sports watch if perhaps you aren't keen on the Grand Seiko offerings currently. This is basically a Grand Seiko, but actually gives you a few different features like the super clear coating on the crystal and the hidden micro adjust. The dial is very fascinating and really does evoke the moon when I look at it. Plus, the bezel is stunning, although the gray only gets picked up in certain light and looks black more often, honestly. I like the pop of blue on the GMT hand and power reserve hand, and that adds a much needed pop of color on this one. It is big, but it still actually fits on my 6.5-inch wrist pretty decently. I think that this piece is one of my favorite LX models that has come out thus far, besides the SNR049. Which it would really be hard for me to choose between the two, honestly. I'll recommend this one to anyone who is looking for a robust and unapologetic sport watch with a fascinating dial and wonderful movement. Thanks for watching today, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you did, please make sure to smash that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with all of your friends and your family members too. I look forward to seeing you next video.